Good morning, dear students. So, this would be the last topic of our discussion from block 20, that is permanent and temporary jobs. Alright, under block 20, okay. So, our aim for today is students will be able to analyze the differences between permanent and temporary jobs, highlighting issues of inequality in different jobs. Resources required is your notebook and your exit content book. The keywords for today is salary and savings. So let's learn the meaning of those keywords. So what is salary? Salary means a fixed amount of money that is paid to a worker, usually calculated on a monthly or annual basis. That is not hourly or as wages. Okay, so salary means a fixed amount of money that a person get, alright, or a person is paid, okay, at the end of the month. And what is saving? Something that is safe, particularly money that has been set aside for the future. That is known as savings. Alright, so what did we learn about urban livelihoods? And what are some questions you still have about jobs in cities? Okay, so listen, okay. People in cities do different types of jobs, okay. Some are rickshaw drivers, hawkers, street vendors, shopkeepers, cleaners, watchmen, drivers, coolies, factory workers, bank employees, government employees, cobblers, carpenters, daily laborers at construction sites, and many others. Okay, that is beside I've mentioned. Okay, some also work as domestic help. All right, there are people who come from villages to look for jobs in cities. In some of these jobs, people are self-employed, as in the case of coolies and hawkers, while in some, as in the case of factory workers, bank employees, they work for others. Right? And some jobs are permanent and some are temporary. Alright? And those working in factories or as laborers at construction sites or digging a pipeline, building roads, they have temporary job. Okay, means not permanent, only for a certain period of time. They are needed for a short period for specific work. Okay, once the work is done, they are asked to leave the job, like a particular case study that we have come across. Right, during the mango season, pickles are made, and after that mango season is over, a person is left jobless. All right, I hope you still remember that one. Okay, so let's learn. Okay, what is permanent and temporary job. So for the two paragraph, I'm not going to read for you. I want all of you to go through this particular passage. All right, and I will be reading for you the case study, working in a bank. Ratna, a 40-year-old woman, has been working in a bank for the last 15 years. She was lucky to get this job after finishing college. For the last 15 years, Ratna has been going to office at 10 in the morning and works till 5:30 in the evening. She works 5.5 days a week. On Saturdays, she works half day. The bank is closed on Sundays. Ratna gets a fixed salary every month. Till last year, she was earning 45,000 per month. From this year, it has increased to 50,000 per month. Every month, a part of her salary is kept in a government fund. When she retires from the bank, she will get that money back. This is how the bank makes such sure that all employees have some savings for their old age. Every year, Ratna gets 20 days of leave. When she wants to take a day off from work, she can do so. If she falls ill and needs to get treatment from the hospital, the bank take cares of her costs. So this is about working in a bank. Okay, and for temporary and permanent job and temporary job, I want all of you to go through. Okay, you'll get in page number 63. Okay, you'll find in page number 63 in your content book. So all of you please go through this particular two passage. So you have read about Ratna, who is an officer in a bank. Okay, so how are her work conditions different from those of Sheila, who work in a garment factory? Okay, so the difference between a person working in a garment factory and in a bank, okay, is, see, Ratna, she works in office, that is from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Okay, she has fixed working hours, that is unlike Sheila, who work in a factory for over 9 hours every day, that we have learned yesterday. Yes or no? Every month Ratna gets a fixed salary, okay, that is 45,000. Okay, she works only 5.5 days a week. All right, and every year she gets 20 days of leave. That is talking about Ratnaki, who work in a bank. Hence, if she is ill and needs to stay at home, she can take leave from work. Okay, she will not be paid less because of this. All right, a part of her salary is also kept aside as a fund, as a saving. Okay, so when after she retires from the bank, she will get back that amount of money. All right, this way she has some saving for her old age. All right, so Sheila on the other hand did not have this benefit. All right, she has no fixed day or of leave. At time, she also had to work on Sundays. Alright, and if she took a day of leave, she will not be paid for that particular day, unlike Ratna. Alright, so Sheila, even if she take leave, she will not be paid on that day itself. Okay, so unlike Sheila, Ratna won't be asked to leave if the bank does not have much work, because the work of Ratna is permanent, whereas the work of Sheila is just a temporary job. Okay, so the question here is, when is a job permanent, and what is easier to get, permanent job or a temporary job? When do we consider a job as permanent, and what is easier to get, permanent or temporary job? All right, listen carefully. Okay, a job is permanent when the worker is not asked to leave even there is no work in the office, like Ratna. All right, so they are employed throughout the year and continue to work years after years. Okay, usually those with a formal education training needed for specific jobs can get permanent jobs. All right, another question, see, what is easier to get, permanent job or temporary job? Since not everyone in our country, especially in villages, is able to get a proper education, they end up doing temporary jobs, all right, which are easier to get. Okay, and most temporary jobs do not need formal degrees in education. All right, so in temporary job, most of the cases they don't need education qualification. All right, so it is easier to get. Okay, temporary job. However, there are many people, even in cities, who are well educated but they end up doing temporary jobs because they find it difficult to get permanent jobs, as was the case with Sheila, alright, who was a college graduate but could not get a permanent job anywhere. Alright, so what are the differences between permanent jobs and temporary jobs, and what can be done to improve the conditions of those who do temporary jobs? So what is the difference, all right, or what are the difference between permanent jobs and temporary jobs? I hope you all know the answer. Okay, from our explanation itself we came to know what is permanent and temporary, all right. But if you're still confused with it, I'm gonna explain, all right, so you please listen carefully. So most permanent jobs, they have fixed working hours, remember, okay, a fixed salary and a fixed working days in the week, all right. So permanent jobs also have some other benefits, such as saving for old age, holidays and medical facilities. So those are regarded as permanent job, okay. And most importantly, unlike temporary jobs, people in permanent jobs don't have the fear of losing their jobs anytime, all right, because even if they are sick or even if they take leave, they are still going to continue with their job, okay. And people in temporary jobs, they don't have any job security. They may work for much longer hours, okay, but not get any leave or medical facilities in most of the cases. So they have to keep looking for one job after the other, means after the season is over, okay. They also may not have any fixed salary like the permanent job, all right. So the other part of the question, what can be done to improve the conditions of those who do temporary jobs? All right, so the government can do lots of things, okay. So the government can create more job opportunities for all people, including those who may not have a proper college degree, all right. It can also have medical facilities for those who do temporary jobs, okay. And the law should be made stricter so that people do not make undue use of laborers and pay them the minimum wage. So also there should be facilities that enables people in temporary jobs to have saving for all age like the permanent job, all right. And most of these things can be done by the government, okay. So these are the things that the government they can do to improve the condition of temporary jobs, all right. I hope you get it. So that's it for our class for today, okay. Now things to do, you have to do complete your practice question number 10, okay. Permanent and temporary jobs, all right. That is from your exit content book along with my learning chart. So along with my learning chart, you even have to complete my learning chart, okay, along with practice question number 10. So that's it for your class, okay. Thank you, take care and have a nice